So this is going to be the first video that I'm going to be posting in this channel. It's pretty much a short snippet on one of the role plays that I do constantly in the mentorship that I have on sales called the Hunters. You're going to be able to see in this short video how you conduct yourself in a conversation that could be quite difficult with an interesting prospect. Just take notes. It's completely fucking free. Learn a thing or two. Hate it, love it, who gives a shit? But hopefully this is something that you can use and gain from it. So yeah, enjoy the video and I will see you in the next ones. Gentlemen, welcome to another fucking roleplay session. We're gonna roleplay in the roleplay session. That's what we're gonna do today. But before we do, is there something very important? Something you want to share, say? Do we have any interesting news? Otherwise, we'll just jump into it. Or maybe questions. I don't know. Talk to me, guys.
Yes. So this just happened this morning. Arturo, who promised me a job back in the beginning of June. Oh, Liam, you got the same message?
Yeah.
Yeah, so really good offer. By really good offer, I mean the guy is pretty well known, pretty famous. I don't want to just jump to another offer. I'm thinking that I message him and say, you know, I'm currently in an offer, but I would love to maybe connect in the future when you need a closer and when I'm available. You know, just to keep the door open. But I think I should stick to one offer right now instead of hopping around.
Yes and no. So right now, you guys should try to get in as many things as possible until you find something good, and then you stay on that good thing. The question is, the thing that you are right now, Joel, is it good?
I think it's...
What's that face? That's doubt.
It is doubt, and I'll tell you why. And maybe Andre and Liam and George have some perspective on this. It's not a proven offer, and I think I'm the first closer that they have. Whereas with this one, they have multiple closers, and so they probably have a lot of their shit together. I don't know, though. It's a gamble either way.
What would it be a gamble with something more proven? You're comparing something proven to something that's just starting. Why is the same level of risk? Me do it right now.
That's a good point. I mean, with Alex FG, I think his name is Alex FG, Alex Garcia, whatever his name is. He's a bigger brand. This guy just did a video with him in his Bugatti with John Jones, the UFC fighter. So, very well known.
This is the new guy? New offer?
This is the old... Yeah, the one who messaged me this morning saying like, hey, are you still available for...
This is
close?
the famous guy?
Yes.
So you're... Okay. This is even worse now. Right now, we're like this so far on the scale. So keep talking. This is how we're currently.
Got it. That's pretty much it. I haven't taken my first call with the one that just is onboarding me right now. Okay. Yes.
That's us right now. It's like, Luca, I have an Indian chick, overweight, and she's missing a teeth, but she might seem nice. Versus you had a blonde Russian, but you're like, I don't know. What?
Fair.
The shit?
Very fair point.
Jump into both. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even touch the Indian chick, but if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. Maybe she's wifey. We'll see. But why not?
So respond to this guy and say, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. And then just try out both at the same time.
Yeah. What do you got to do?
You said, what do I have to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just asked me if I'm free.
What do you have to do so that you cannot be on two offers right now? What are you so busy on?
Nothing really. I have my copywriting client, but that's work that I can do weeks in advance. So if I spend a day just writing copy, I'll be free. And I can just do those two.
So you will be able to have two?
I could.
You could, or are you going to do it?
Now that we're speaking... Holy closer. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, that's the roleplay session for today, boys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That's how you do it. But seriously,
Interesting.
what is that? But yeah, why not? Why not?
You're right.
This is the monogamy conversation again. Where hasn't gotten you?
It's gotten me with a low level bitch.
All right, I'll just leave it at that. We're just gonna leave it at that.
I'm speaking about closing. I'm speaking about closing.
Yeah, buddy.
This is part of the analogy.
All right, gentlemen. Any other interesting things? Like Joel just
I
brought
got a
up?
quick question.
Yes.
It's not as interesting as Joel's, but the biggest thing with the calls I've been taking is the leads think it's like a strategy call where I'm going to help them go through the course and like help them get started. So how could I frame the call in the beginning, like either in the agenda or something to make it more obvious that it's not that kind of call and that it's more to see if we could help them with additional support?
Well, it's that's always from the marketing side. If the marketing side is pushing the idea that hey, this is a consulting call, a free coaching call, well, they're gonna believe is that. If the marketing side says that it is more a consulting in a way that it's, that's why I like the consulting more because you don't know what it really means. The thing that you suggested is like, oh, okay, I'm pretty much gonna get a free coaching call. It's not. You're not gonna get a free coaching call. So I would say talk to the marketing people. It's like, hey, I get in people who are like this, or if not possible or if not applicable, then you're just more directed when you do the framing, which is the reason that we're on this call is because I want to find out if we could really help you, and then we can talk about that. But like you are very direct, and you let them know that this is not a free coaching thing. You could even say that. Just for you know, this is not a free consultation. This is not free coaching. Does that make sense? Okay, great.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll start doing that.
Cool, great. So, anything else? Any of you?
Yeah, I just have a related question to what Joel said. It's funny, Joel and Jared and I spoke about this earlier. Long story short, if I just decided to stay with Viral Coach 1.5 months ago, would have been a lot better. But either way, I can't change that now. But now that I'm this weight loss offer, doesn't sound like the best, but not that bad. I mean, it's 5 to 6K OTE. She's Indian, but yeah, I guess that's kind of a red flag. But either way, in the meantime, would you just advise me to keep applying for jobs? And if I get an opportunity, get on it, start taking calls, and then I evaluate which offer is the best.
Yes.
Understood.
Also, selling fitness is fun. You probably enjoy it. It's really fun.
100%. That's what I felt. The reason I only asked that question was just because during the past 1.5 months, since I've been on this journey of constantly trying to find a new offer, I jump on an offer, then I find out it's not really good, and then I search for another offer. It's just led to nowhere. So that is why I was asking you, should I just decide to stay on this offer for 2-3 months, see what it's all about, and then start to apply for another offer? Or should I apply in the meantime?
Analogy time. Women analogy. You find a chick, you fucked her, you realize she's awful, she's not even attractive, she takes all her clothes away and she has like rolls of fat, and you're like, fuck. Then you're like, okay, I'll search another one. And then you find another chick, same thing. Fuck. Well, you find another chick, same thing. Would you just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay with the fatty that is lying, or would you just keep looking for that chick that has abs?
I'd keep looking.
That's your answer. Another master.
Yes, sir.
No, this was an analogy masterclass. We're cooking so far. Okay. Something else? George, Liam?
I'm good.
Okay. You guys are like the Power Rangers. We got the blue and the red one. So
Yes.
let's
He's my evil twin.
let's start with the role play. Who hasn't? All of you already participated in role plays. It's been a while since Liam practiced one.
I haven't.
Jared, no?
No, not into group coaching or group role play.
I haven't closed either.
Okay. So, Jared. Hmm. Let's start with Jared because let's start with Jared.
I'll be the prospect.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you closing him on?
All right. Yeah, the offer, it's Instagram automation, faceless content. So pretty much we're gonna teach you how to make money with Instagram through creating viral content.
That's cooked.
And the influencer, why is that cooked? That's what I do.
Faceless Instagram. Oh, so good, so good.
Yeah, that's my offer.
Right, just jump ahead, boys. God damn it.
All
Okay,
right.
so wait, just to be clear, I have a business. Is this B2B?
No, it's B2C.
Okay.
Yeah, typically the person is like very beginner in like the info product and online business space. And they're just a regular person working 9 to 5.
Got it. Not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention. I was adjusting my laptop. Explain it again in just one sentence. Sorry.
Yeah, Instagram automation where you make money with faceless content.
Boom. Okay, cool. Got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Joel, how's it going today, man?
It's going well, man. How about you, Jared? How's it going?
It's going well, going well. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. Okay.
Yeah.
Never been there. I'm in New York though, so also US.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm originally from New York, but I'm down in Memphis now.
Cool. Nice, man. Well, I know we do have limited time today, so what do you say we just jump right in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Now, on this call, I want to ask you a couple questions, pretty much see where you're at and where you want to be. Then we'll see if we can help get you there. If we can, I'll tell you all about it. If not, then I'll just point you in the right direction. But just to let you know, this isn't like a free coaching call or anything like that. It's to see if we could help you get to your goals. Sound good?
Got it. Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. So why don't you kick things off? Let me know why you booked this call.
Yeah, dude. So a little bit about myself. I work as a clinical researcher, and so that's why I moved to Memphis, Tennessee. I just graduated from college like 2 years ago. And yeah, man, I'm living in Memphis, Tennessee, doing clinical research. Part of my job is traveling. So most of the time I'm traveling, but I'm based in Memphis. And yeah, dude, I just want to get out of this job. Really long hours. I mean, I'm working like 12 to 13 hours a day at times, plus traveling, plus like, it's just a lot, man. It can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. I just want to be able to make the same amount of money that I'm making right now, but just from home. And just less stress. I don't want people telling me to do shit. Just want to be my own boss.
Okay. Wow, 12 to 13 hours?
Yeah,
And
man.
how long have you been doing this job for?
Stop. Do a recap.
Okay. All right, so you're a clinical researcher. You're working 12 to 13 hours a day, and you also travel around. How often are you traveling?
That really depends, right? So there's times where I'm in Memphis for like 2 weeks, a month, and then the very next month I'm basically traveling for 2 weeks straight. Or
Okay.
it really depends, but it's very unpredictable.
Okay. Not a good question.
Nope.
That's just the first thing that came to mind. Okay. All right, I'll go back to
Those are
the
the notes.
recap.
Put it in the chat. That if I was handwritten taking notes, I would have put this, based on everything he said.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you want to ask a question?
I was just very curious about how often he's traveling. I don't really know.
Is that a complete bad question? No. But what do you think is more pressing here?
The fact that he works 12 to 13 hours and wants to get out of the job.
Yep, go with that. That's your question.
Okay. All right, so I'll start with the summary. So, Joel, you're a clinical researcher. You're working 12 to 13 hours traveling around, and you mentioned that you're overwhelmed and you really want to get out of this job. What makes you
Yeah.
want to leave this job so much?
Oh yeah. Like I said, the hours, you know, if I'm lucky, sometimes we get just like a 2 to 3 hour workday. Most of the time it's 12, 13. I mean, dude, like recently I had to work 14 hours. There's so much to say, really. I mean, sorry, notification. There's so much to say. I mean, the travel, that can be a lot. Just my diet isn't the best with traveling so much. Even my coworkers have gained some weight. And really, dude, it's the line of work that I'm doing. It feels a little soulless. Like we're just getting data, and sometimes we fake data just so we can meet a certain quota. And I'm tired of working for these money hungry corporations. I just want to be able to work for myself.
Hmm. Okay. You said it soulless. What do you mean by that exactly?
Yeah, my managers, they imply that they want us to fake data because if we fake the data, then our clients are going to be happy, and then the drugs that we're testing are going to get approved by the FDA. And so it just feels like I'm compromising my morals a lot working this job. Plus, plus is shitty conditions. I'm working 14 hours a day. You know, we don't stop until we go through all of the patients. So I just sometimes it feels like, damn, I'm working this job and I don't even know when I'm going to be able to go back home or back to my hotel room.
Hmm.
It's a lot, man.
Wow. And Joel, I mean, how does it feel that you're working a job that you think is compromising your morals?
You know, it weighs on me, you know, because I hear a lot of shit about how drugs have these crazy side effects, you know. It's like a diabetic drug can also give you fucking cancer or give you insomnia, right? And then I feel like, well, goddamn, it's almost like I'm playing a part in destroying people's health just so these companies can make some money. It it sucks, man. I don't feel too good about myself.
Hmm. Okay. You don't feel good about yourself. What do you feel about yourself, like as a person working for these corporations that are really just not caring about other people?
I feel like a pawn. I feel like I'm not really that important to them. And it's like the same way that they're willing to completely screw over other people, it's like they're also willing to screw me over. Like they don't care that I'm working 14 hours a week. They don't, or every day. They don't care that I have to travel from Florida, then to Arizona, then to Indianapolis. Like there's a complete disregard for me as a person. So I don't know. It gets me pissed off sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Hmm. Okay. And I do want to also ask you what you spoke about a little earlier with, your coworkers being overweight and how traveling and working this job affects your health. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah. Um, I've always been a fit guy. Go to the gym, watch my diet. It's a bit harder to watch my diet. It's not my biggest priority because I'm still able to stay fit. It's just not the most optimal. Like sometimes we got to eat Chick-fil-A. Sometimes I eat McDonald's because that's the only thing I can find in a small town. Um, but I do my best. Maybe I've gained, 5 or 6 pounds, nothing crazy, but I just don't like the fact that I can't control my health fully.
Hmm. Okay. So you have seen yourself gaining some weight, and have you seen like negative health implications because of this? No.
Uh, Not really, man. I guess the only negative health implication is that I've gained a little bit of weight, but like, you know, maybe my sleep isn't the best. Not maybe, I mean, my sleep isn't the best. So just getting shitty sleep, and then I have to go to a job and down some coffee just to survive a 14-hour shift. Uh, yeah.
Hmm.
You look lost.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not bad. It's just, how do you feel, Joel, right now?
Right now, as a prospect, I'm not really sure why I'm being asked these questions. I was even about to say, like, why is this important, by the way?
I'll show you. Okay, let's switch. I mean, you keep being the prospect. I'll just act as a close so you can see. All right,
Cool.
so that's interesting to know. So basically, you work as a clinical researcher, and you're this job that you have. You're constantly traveling, and you're, if I understood correctly, because that still doesn't click for me. You're working 12 to 13 hours a day.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yep.
How many days a week?
Shit, man. Uh, it really depends. Sometimes only 3 days out of the week. Sometimes it's like, dude, I had one time where it was like 9 days in a row of this many hours. It even if I have time to recover, it still doesn't feel like enough.
Okay. 30, 90 ones. Would you say it's kind of okay to give it an average of 50 hours a week that you're working? Kind of an average, I guess.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Sometimes it's like 60 or even more, but yeah.
You know what? Let's give it 40. How does it feel to work 40 hours a week destroying people's health?
Uh, damn. That's a great question, man. I feel like a piece of shit sometimes, you know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is this really what I'm meant to do? I know it's not, you know.
If it's not, why are you actively doing something that is, again, in your own words, destroying people's health, making you feel like a piece of shit, making you piss off, knowing that it is literally hurting the fact that you consider yourself a fit guy and now you can even eat, you can even sleep properly? Why are you doing this?
Well, when I graduated college, it was good money, right? It was really good money. I was able to afford my first apartment, able to move out of my parents' house. I think slowly it happened a few times, right? Where we had to fake some data here and there. And then after a couple months, I was like, oh shit, like these people have no morals. So I guess I enjoy the freedom that I have now, but now it's gotten to the point where it doesn't even feel worth it anymore to stay here.
Let's pause there. How many questions did I ask? Two? Three?
Yeah, it's like 2.
How far have we went through the conversation?
Very.
A lot farther.
How do you feel, Joe, right now?
Now I feel like, holy fuck, I need to start doing Instagram.
So take it from there, Jared. I want to see what you ask, but let's see.
Okay. So Joel, how much longer do you want to be working this job where you're destroying people's health?
Too soon, too soon, too
No.
soon. Keep digging deeper. Too soon.
So remember, I just said that, oh, I started working this job out of college and it felt good, but now it's not even worth it anymore.
Okay. So if you feel like it's not worth it anymore, why are you still doing it?
Well, well, yeah, like I said, the pay is good. I still have my independence, able to move out of my parents' house. Um, and it's really my only option right now. I mean, I don't have another job lined up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're doing this job that you hate and makes you feel like shit because the pay is good?
That's my only motivator. Yeah, that's it.
How does it affect like your mental health and and your other aspects of your life that you're doing this.
It's good, but before that, just ask him, do you believe this is the only job that is going to give you pay that is good is going to be this one? Like, answer me that.
No, I mean, of course, there's other jobs where I can get the same pay and be a quarter stressed than I am right now.
Then why are you
Obviously,
so
yeah.
inclined to having it?
Because I don't really have anything lined up after this. And I guess that's why I'm on the call today, because I'm hoping this can be my ticket out.
Do you see why I wanted to ask that? It's like, it's a question that makes himself sell to me. That's why I wanted to ask that. And now you can ask that what you wanted to ask, or whatever direction you want to go.
Okay. Joel, how has working this job affected you in your mental health and other aspects of your life?
Dude, like, I've been feeling lonely, just because I travel a lot. Don't really get to see family and friends like that. And yeah, I guess that's the emotion. I feel lonely and I feel isolated. Just sucks. It just sucks, dude.
Is the money worth feeling lonely, isolated, and like you're ruining people's lives?
At this point, no. If you would have asked me that when I first started, maybe I would have said, for now, but it's been 2 years, man. So, nah, not really.
So how much longer do you want to stay in this position?
Dude, as soon as possible. I want to get out of this as soon as possible, to be honest with you.
Okay. Should I ask what George said? Is that a good question?
I think there was a
I feel like we kind of reached that.
No, I feel like it was a good discovery. Now, do any of you feel like you could be asking something more? And if so, what is it? I'm all ears.
I feel like perhaps more. I think that there's guilt, but you could probably turn the guilt into ownership. I feel like there's a lack of ownership on Joel's part. Like, we've got the pain, we've got the commitment. I don't know how much ownership we have. So maybe asking a question like, where are you now with not wanting to ruin people's lives? And why has that changed from 2 years ago? Or something like that. So a question to get him to commit ownership.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's good too. I would ask, why haven't you already tried something, or have you tried something to make a change? And he says no. Why haven't you?
That's
I
cooking.
like that question.
So what
Yeah, that's good.
what is a big principle that you haven't touched on? No, apparently none of you catched it. It's literally on the checklist selling, like third or fourth.
Why now? Or
What happened now? Because you've been doing this for 2 years. It's just like, it's enough. Okay, how do you know it's enough? Why?
Should I answer that now?
Jared, ask him.
Okay.
How would you ask him?
Okay, Joel, you've been working this job for the past 2 years. Why is it now that you're looking to make a change?
Yeah. So actually, about a week ago, I got shipped over to Florida, Miami, Florida, and they had me in a clinic. And usually we go into a clinic with a team, right, with other coworkers. This time they sent me there by myself, and I am not trained to be in a clinic by myself. But again, because they just treat me like a pawn, I had to go into that clinic by myself with a tremendous amount of pressure. I had to do everything. I had to be a one-man team. and it was so stressful that I was like, wow, these guys don't even care about me. And that was probably one of my hardest weeks working this job. All the paperwork, all the stress, and I feel like I wasn't prepared to handle that. And if they care so little about me to put me in that position, I don't think I should stay in this company.
I'll show you. Does that surprise you, Joel? You're telling me that you're faking tests. You're telling me that you're destroying people's health. What's a surprise to you that they're not valuing your time or your life?
I guess it's not a surprise, right? It's just it hurts more when it happens to you.
Okay. Do you know what is a surprise to me?
No.
That
What?
you seem very capable, very articulate. It seems like you know what you're doing, and you're still choosing to not give importance to your life. And then you're a bit annoyed and angry and, like you said, pissed off about the fact that they don't give a fuck about your life. But it looks like you don't either.
Yeah, I guess based on my actions, it can seem that way.
So, what set of actions do you think you need to do to actually start valuing your life?
Yeah, I need to find a way to leave this job. I need to I need to get out of there ASAP. It's not working for me.
How soon would you want to leave?
Honestly, I would want to send my manager a message tonight saying, "Hey, I won't be coming back." That's how soon.
Okay, let's do this, Joel. It seems like you're very serious. I'm gonna explain to you the opportunity of working with us, what kind of would look like. You tell me if this is something that you think it will resonate and will actually help you to, start valuing your life, stop this path of faking tests, destroying people's health, being in a way that you're lonely, not fit, you can't even sleep. Let's see if this would help you, and if you think that this is a good shot, man. I, I mean, again, I am not gonna make a decision for you, but it sounds like you're in deep shit.
I am. I am, and I'm in deep. Yeah.
All right, and then I'll just do a pitch. So it's a bit leading from my part, but because I have this guy grabbing, like I have him by the balls, I can give myself the luxury of being leading like this. What do you think he's gonna say? He knows he's fucked.
He's cooked.
You know, by the way, I found it interesting. I was very open on purpose. I was just gonna tell you everything, but and I'm not flaming you, Jared, because I probably would have done the same thing. You can still ask incorrect questions, even with a very open prospect, which is what I'm realizing now. Like, it's not about how open or how closed off they are. You just have to ask the right questions. It's like there can be an easy prospect and you can still mess it up. So,
It's it's a good way of explaining it. I guess I'm always explaining the same thing in a way of okay, how you ask your questions, how much have you progressed in the straight line, and then I jump in, I ask two questions, and like we move all the way there. It's the same. It's about what are you asking. But anyways, yeah. Thoughts, guys, on this?
that was
Yeah,
good.
I feel like I was just doing the data gathering and just kind of like beating around the bush. And I got the information, but I just wasn't strategic with the information that I had. And then when you took over, you kind of put it all together as like just a sword and just stabbed him with it. And I think that's what I need to get better at. It's just being like direct. If I have that information, then know how to use it. It's like a weapon, and you just need to know how to use it.
Information is the biggest weapon ever.
Could we break this down really quick just so I can really learn? So, I want to understand what was Jared doing that was keeping us on the surface, and then what did you do that immediately brought us through? Like, because Jared was asking, yeah, I just want to understand because I
Relevant,
felt the difference.
relevance, and confidence. Relevance and confidence. it's not that Jared is not confident of himself, but when I ask the question, it's just like, I'm a force of nature. That's how I create that pressure. That's one thing. And the second thing is, I'm just looking at, that's why the notes, you can literally see in the chat, I took notes of the most important parts. And out of all this stuff, what did I see that really checks my eye? 12 to 13 hours a day, job overwhelming, destroying people's health, okay? That's what I did. I literally combined those two and I said, how does it feel to be working 12 to 13 hours a day, destroying people's health?
Boom. Yeah, immediately.
And what are you gonna do with that question? Like, I brutally molested you with that question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm asking questions like this, and after 10 minutes, this guy will be begging me to fuck him. All right, it's that easy. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, does that help you? Explain to you what I mean?
Yeah. It does. Yeah. It
Relevant.
does a lot. You just literally took.
Relevance is okay. Out of all the things, what gives me the curiosity, but it's also what is important. It's like I'm traveling a lot. Okay, that could lead to something important, but if you're telling me that you're working 13 hours a day, yeah, okay, I'm gonna ask that. I'm gonna ask that actually. That's way more important. So, yeah, relevance.
Especially when I said it's a lot after. I said, yeah, I work 12 to 13 hours and it's just a lot.
Yeah, so it's
If I add that extra thing on top,
you said it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. It's like okay, got it. Let's see how overwhelming it is.
yep.
Again,
I just said
you combine everything. All right, Andrew Nader?
right at the point where you jumped in the first time, you obviously did a great job, I guess, assuming that the 13 hours a day plus the fact that he said that it's destroying people's life was the two biggest pains for him. At that point, I personally felt quite lost because there was so much pain for this prospect and so many different things. Would it have worked to just ask him, okay, so out of X, Y, and Z, which is the most, I guess, concerning for you right now, and then go into that direction?
You could have done that, but to my eyes, it's fucking obvious. It's also the way he's again, maybe you guys are not seeing this, and it allows me to instantly know what's going on, okay? But, I mean, you all know me by now. I look at you, and you're an open book, all of you, to me. I only needed to see Jared's face to realize that he's lost, and that's why I jumped in to help him, all right? I know that Joel was like doubting about the first question that he asked about the offers. When he was explaining the stuff, even though you're role playing, you're making up an image in your mind when you're saying the stuff. By doing it, you're expressing the same thing. If it was a real thing, the face will be even more clear and we will be able to uncover a lot more stuff that usually doesn't happen in a role play because everything is fictional. But when he said 12 to 13 hours a day, man, he's like, he did that face. It's like, okay, yeah, this is important to him. And then destroying people's health. I saw the seriousness in his tonality, but even if it wasn't serious, destroying people's health is a serious thing. So, of course I'm gonna go about that. Now, the fact about the weight, the fact that he has to fake data, the fact that he's not fit, the fact that he doesn't have time to sleep. I don't know if this guy has a family. There's so many things that I could go on, okay? But it doesn't matter because, like I'm always saying, all paths lead to Rome. And regardless of which one I would have taken, the diet, the family, whatever, it would have ended up on the fact that this guy hates what he's doing. Because that is the problem. And that has an impact on his life. So it's like, what is the problem? He hates his job. Why is that a problem? Because it fucks up with his health, with his morals, with fucking everything. Does that make sense, all of you?
Yep.
Yep.
That's how you use the I don't know if all of you already saw the latest video I put on the checklist selling, that I kind of explained again how to do it. That basically it's like, it's just to give you an idea. It's just for you to understand it, not for you to be reciting the questions like a retard. I'm not doing that, but I am understanding them. And this is me breaking down my thoughts to you guys on like, okay, I know this is a problem. I know these are the ways, all the ways it's affecting his life. Now I know. Does that make sense?
It does.
Cool. Any final questions on this?
Yeah.
Yo, something very quick, Luca. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Underhand.
Okay. Now, which just wanted to ask, when we see the prospect being kind of annoyed by our questions, obviously we'd never want to get to a stage where that happens. We want to ask good questions, right? But if we do, would you have paused and be like, I see you're kind of annoyed by my questions. Do you understand why this is important? Or would you just try to ask more direct questions, speed up the whole thing?
If I see someone is making a face like, I would say, hey, what happened? Like, what do you mean? No, I mean, are you bothered by these questions? You don't like them? What's going on? It's like, yeah, absolutely. I would always do it. Okay. And he's like, yeah, I don't see the point. Okay. Why do you think I'm asking this? Is it because I'm a fanboy of you and I just want to know everything with your life, or do you think there's a purpose here? No, I mean, it would depend. Some people will say, well, I mean, you're trying to sell me. And if they do that, it's like, well, not really. I mean, I haven't told you any price. I haven't told you any offers. What do you think that is? Well, I don't know. Exactly. Because I'm not trying to sell it. I'm trying to see if I can even sell you, if that's how you want to say it. But I wouldn't even call it a sell. It's more like, based on what you told me so far, I shouldn't be selling you anything. You should be asking me for this. But we'll see. Again. Or if they say, no, I mean, because maybe you care or you actually want to understand me. Yeah? So are you going to let me understand you? Or, okay, yeah, cool. So that's what we do. But always, that's why you got to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, it's like, yeah, it could backfire, like really backfire.
Okay, cool.
Any final questions, takeaways on this role play that we did? Okay, good. Let's do this. I'll make myself a nice coffee. Let's all give each other like 5-7 minutes of a little break. Then we're gonna come back. Andronator, you're gonna be the closer. I know that you haven't practiced it. George, you wanna be the prospect? Okay. Can you do a very funny prospect? A very special one?
I can cook. That's what I'm going to say.
Cook something for him. Let's see,
Yes.
see what happens. All right?
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
I'm ready.
All right. Hey, George. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing very well. By the way, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi that is loading or something. I can't see your camera.
Do I have to turn it on?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm in New Delhi right now, so my connection's not very good. Can you see me?
I can see you very clearly. Is that the 48 Laws of Power in the background?
That is indeed, yes.
Nice. Very nice book. I love it. Have you read it yet?
No, I don't read.
Oh, you don't read? Okay. Okay, I see. Either way, George, I know we have a limited amount of time, so we're ready to just jump straight into things.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but basically, I've been trying to, lose weight. I feel like, with my hormones, it's kind of, how do I put this? Maybe my bones are heavy, but I've been putting on weight for the past a few years now, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So that's why I booked this call today.
I see. Okay, so you've been trying to lose weight for a few years, and that's why you booked this call with me today. And by the way, just for you to get an idea of what we're going to do on this call, I'm going to get an understanding of where you're at in your life, see what you're looking to accomplish, and if I know for certainty that we can help you, and of course you think the same, then we take it from there. But if not, all good too, and based on my expert opinion, I at least point you in the best possible direction, just so you have an idea of what we're going to do. Does that make sense?
Okay, thank you, my dear. It makes sense. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so you mentioned you've been trying to lose weight for a few years. Just so I get an understanding where you're at right now, what is your weight at the moment?
Ah, Andre, that's a bit personal. Uh, I don't know if I want to get into that.
Okay. George, if I told you that this program might help you lose weight, does it make sense why I need to know what your weight is currently?
Yeah. Uh, can I give you like an estimate? Because I don't really want to give you like my exact weight, because it's a little bit it's personal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to know the exact grams, but just give me.
Don't buy into his
Okay.
bullshit. Ask him why.
Ask her
Well,
why.
I see, George. Is there a specific reason you feel talking about the weight is so personal?
It's Andre. It's just I like curries. Okay, I like my curries, and they're tasty. So I've been, as I said, I've been packing on the weight, and I'm not too proud of it. So it's a little bit shameful. It's uncomfortable to talk about my weight.
I see. But George, for me to really help you, I need to get a crystal clear understanding of where you're at right now. So, are you willing to be a bit, I guess, uncomfortable to make sure that I can help you?
What do you think? Like, it's like this. George, I can see that this is a personal and sensible topic to you. I completely understand. We already work with a lot of people who have the same exact problem. So from the bottom of my heart, I understand how you're feeling. But I want to ask you a difficult question. Can I do that?
Okay.
Do you really want to change the weight that you have?
Yes.
Do you believe that in order to change the weight, you need to face the reality, you need to face that number? Or do you think that hiding from that number will actually help you?
I have to face it.
Why? You could just keep hiding from it.
I've been doing that. It hasn't worked. So you're right. It's uncomfortable, but I have to face the truth.
That's how you do it. So keep going, Angelita.
Okay. Okay, great, George. I appreciate it. So, what is your weight right now?
As I said, like I'm a bit big bone, so I mean it's not all my fault, but I'm at 215 kilos right now.
215 kilos.
Yeah.
I see. And when you say it's not really your fault, how do you mean?
Well, I mean, my genetics. My mum had heavy bones, and I think I inherited that as well. And just the fact that I'm in my menopause, it's well known that women gain weight out of nowhere, and the hormones fluctuate. So I've just been putting on the pounds. Sorry, a little bit sensitive.
Okay. Okay, I see. So you mentioned your heavy bones. I can understand the part about the menopause, but have you always been 215 kilos, even before the menopause?
No, as I said, I put on the weight, but it's easy for me to put on weight. That's the problem.
I see. For how long have you been weighing 215 kilos?
Oh, like a year?
Okay. And how much did you weigh before that year? A year ago, sorry.
A year ago, 202?
Let me show you how
I don't like to look at it.
let me show you how you can link everything perfectly with one question instead of going Josh Lyons mode there. Okay. So for a whole year, you've been at this weight then? 215 kilograms? Okay. 1 year before that, did you have the same weight or you gained weight?
I've gained weight this year.
Okay. Do you think that that weight you gained was because your bones just kept getting heavier, or because you did not control your diet, mostly?
I mean, yeah, I mean, part of it was the diet, but part of it, I'm sure, was the genetics as well.
Okay. Can you do something about that genetics? About those?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Does it help you to focus on that right now?
No.
Okay. What do you say if we focus on the things that we can control? Such as the diet.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
All right. And then eventually you will get to the point of saying, "You idiotic bitch, the fat bones don't even exist. Are you kidding me?" But you cannot start with that. Like you will not start with that. You will just let him win, or whatever the fuck this is. Let her win a little bit, okay, and so that you can advance, and then eventually you start breaking down everything. Don't try to break down everything, because I see that your solution was to become Josh Lyons, where you start, okay, I'm gonna gather as many data as I can, and then I'm gonna drop the numbers in your face, and you're gonna start crying. It's like, yeah, but you could just do this, and make him, her, whatever the fuck this thing is, on your side through the whole call. You're both together on going to the same direction. Because even though it was literally one question, ask Georgina how it felt. When you were asking questions versus when I was asking the questions, so through all the questions that we asked since the beginning, how did it feel, Georgina? Did it feel like I was with you or against you? And with Andronator, did it feel like he was with you or against you? How did that feel?
Yeah, you really felt like you were like a compassionate leader. Like, you showed me the truth, but you did it with compassion. You were literally on my team. Versus Andre was getting... To be fair, he didn't get confrontational, but I felt like he was being analytical. Almost like an interviewer, not a friend working through a problem.
That's big.
That approach that I just...
Makes sense.
Which approach do you guys think would end up closing this person if we just keep going at it?
Yours.
Yeah, yours.
Yours.
So, anyways, keep going, Andronator. Let's see what you do.
Quick question on that.
Yeah.
Do you even have to handle the big bone thing at the end or at any point, or you could just let them live with that?
I would drop a question to make it realize it. I would drop a question. It's like, yeah. But it would be a challenging question. Like, so, you know what I would do? Honestly, it's kind of diabolical, but I would say, okay, so after the pitch, you told me you want to do this. Yeah, okay, got it. So by working with us, you will start losing a lot of weight, Georgina. You'll really like that. You're going to be happy, but then we're going to hit a wall, which is going to be your big bones. What are we going to do with that? Are you just going to accept that? Or what do you want to do? And it's like, now Georgina has to tell me that, no, I mean, it's probably not even real. So now she's fine. You see?
Do you think you could go down the idea of, like, how do you know they're heavy? Did you go to and take an MRI scan and they weighed your bones? Like,
that would be
not as effective.
That would be Andronator, analytical.
Okay.
My approach is like, I'm with you, I'm helping you. We're both losing weight, but we're gonna hit this obstacle. What are we gonna do? Do you see how it's that different?
Yeah, I like it.
Again, you guys are here, and the prospect is all the way there. When I'm on a call, I am with the prospect, and we're both walking together to the direction. That's what you need to master. So, yeah. Anyways.
Luca, what if you act really stupid? And what if you just said like, "Oh, big bone? I've never heard that before. What do you mean?" And you ask George a question like, "Oh, is this some sort of condition you have, or did you get some sort of MRI?" And you just act like you're so fucking dumb. And like, "Oh wow, tell me, Rajesh, what's going on?" Would it work if you did that?
I like that approach. I like it. You're starting to develop, props to you, you're starting to develop that formlessness sense. that you just are making up stuff that would hit well. Like the things I'm saying right now, it's like I'm just literally making them up, but it would hit well because I'm understanding psychology. Very good on this. Now, would it hit well? Yes, but what do you think is going to happen? This person is just going to keep justifying itself, and you can just keep playing dumb, but how is that going to come to a conclusion of like, yeah, you're right? So, it's better than nothing? Yes. It's better than, like I said, trying to get into the same team and we're both going to fight this? No. Is it better than the analytical approach of like, okay, so have you gone to the doctor and you did an MRI and they told you that the density is way more? It's kind of like in the same level. What you could do is you could try different variations to tackle that. But again, it's not even that important because in the little role play that we did, Georgina kind of realized that, yeah, I mean, why would I focus on this? So I already eliminated that. Whether he believes that this could affect her, it doesn't matter now because it's out of the table. It's out of the table. I could drop it just to create and eliminate any type of objections. Does that make sense?
Got it.
So it's a bit of a yapathon from my part, but it's a nice angle. But when you think of an angle, where do you think it's going to end? Like, what would be the final outcome from it? I'm not sure. Even I'm not sure. Could work well, could work badly, or could it be the same?
Fair enough. I probably just would have wung it and tried to do a logic-based thing of getting her to doubt herself on it, and then depending on her reaction going from there, if I could tell that she was very like, she realized like, oh wait, I'm being fucking stupid, then I probably might have handled it there. But if I could tell she was being really resistant and really believed it, maybe it's something I would have come back to later. Just depends, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Android?
Okay, so Georgina, I don't know your exact height, but you mentioned your current weight is 215 kilos. That is obviously a high BMI. So how is that impacting you right now that you weigh 215 kilos?
Ask it. Don't assume. Ask. How's your height? What's your height?
Okay. So Georgina, what is your height right now?
148 centimeters.
148 centimeters, and your weight is 215 kilos.
Yep.
I see. Well, I don't have the BMI tracker right here with me, but that is obviously a very, very high BMI. So how is that impacting you right now? That you're weighing 215 kilos at 148 centimeters?
Actually, you know what I would do? Sorry to interrupt, but I would literally do this. I would, considering this was a real case, I would say, okay, give me a second, Georgina. I literally want to do something just for us. Okay. ChatGPT, can you give me the BMI of someone who weighs 148 centimeters and weighs 215 kilograms? And what are the complications on health for that person?
That's cooking.
I would do that. Like, and the BMI calculation, I mean, fuck, I didn't put it the voice. I'm an idiot. But anyways, I'll just read it. The BMI is 98.2, Georgina. That means that you fall into class 3 obesity. That is morbid, extreme obesity. So this means that you literally have life-threatening health problems like cardiovascular, heart failure, hypertension, coronary artery disease, risks of strokes, sleep apnea, type 2 diabetes is extremely common, insulin resistance, severe joint damage, sleep apnea, hypoventilation syndrome, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, risk of cancer, and the medical complexity that if you have a problem, people cannot have any surgical operations on you. Georgina, you hear all this. How does that make you feel? What are your thoughts on that?
Shit.
Yeah, damn.
Do you see? Like, guys, it's not about following a script. I literally made this shit up in the moment, as I'm always doing it. But you do this, how do you think this person's gonna feel? If I literally just put this on the GPT that talks,
Like a fat piece of shit.
Georgina's gonna fucking die. Literally. So, anyways, keep going. Take it from there, Georgina, and then you ask Andronator. But before you do you see the difference between what Andronator was asking versus what I just did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is this conversation gonna go? Like 10 minutes from now, I have Georgina about to kill herself, throwing her fucking visa at me. In 10 minutes, Georgina will be begging me to fuck her. Okay? It's so yeah, pretty much. Anyways, Georgina, keep going from that, and Andronator take it from there.
By the way, I just want to comment real quick. That is a perfect example of when it's the right time to be slightly leading, because your thing was slightly leading, right? But it was the right scenario to do it.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Georgina.
Yeah, I mean, when you say it like that, doesn't make me feel good. Makes me feel like one of those blobfish. Yeah.
Blobfish. Is that really how you see yourself when you look yourself in the mirror?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. She didn't say that. It didn't say it in the mirror. It's like, I think it's a little bit too leading on that. I think you went to shit. Try again.
Okay.
Try again. There's something more important that it said that you should have addressed. Did you catch it?
That she doesn't feel good?
George is literally crying. Don't, no. Just say when you put it like that. What? When GPT with facts, proven data puts it like that? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah. No, I guess you're right.
You guess?
No, you're right.
Georgina, I appreciate you opening up right now. I appreciate you being so real with me. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your feelings on this situation. What got you to be in this position, Georgina? Because this is, again, this is something that is not about, oh, I don't feel confident or I don't feel pretty when I put on a dress. It's your life, it's at high risk. What led you to be in this position, Georgina?
Sorry. So, around 2 years ago, I found out my husband was cheating on me with my 4 best friends, and so I felt depressed, and I packed on the weight because of that.
Andrew, keep going.
Okay. I see. Okay, so 2 years ago, your husband cheated on you with your 4 best friends?
Yep.
Okay. So that got you depressed, and that led you to put on the weight. So what did you weigh before that?
Not bad, like 150.
Not bad. I mean, I don't want to pull up the tracker again, but that is still gravely obese.
Yeah, but it's not 200, right?
That is true. Okay. We all those health implications I mentioned earlier with diabetes, heart attacks, etc. Is that something you've already started to notice?
Maybe a clogged artery here and there, but nothing major.
Here and there?
Yeah, I mean, I went to the doctor about 6 months ago, and he told me I had a clogged artery, but it's not. Again, it's nothing major. It just said it was stage 1.
Okay. Forgive me for not being a doctor. What are the health implications of a clogged artery?
Just blood not flowing where it should, potentially getting amputated if it gets worse, and blood solidifying and not circulating like it should.
Potential amputation, and you're saying that it's not
Yeah, but
that bad?
we're not there yet. We're not there.
Okay. You said it's stage 1. Do you have an idea of what it would take for it to get to stage 2?
You're dancing all around the place, tiptoeing. Okay, so Georgina, what do we do this? Do you want to have the call after you get your arm amputated?
No?
Then why are you telling me we're not there yet? Do you want to wait till we're there to make a decision?
No.
Georgina, after what I just read, after what I told you, literally, that we looked it up seconds ago, it's amputation is the minimum of your concerns. You could die. Do you value your life?
Maybe I think maybe you just made me realize I haven't been valuing myself. Ever since he cheated, I haven't really valued my life.
So he cheated on you and you're paying the price with your life? How does that make sense?
It doesn't, you're right. It doesn't make sense.
Georgina, this really seems like a deep and meaningful conversation to you right now. What is, just so far on what we discussed, what is the first thing that comes to my mind now? After this conversation, what do you want to do?
I want to make a change. I don't want to feel like a blobfish.
Why do you want to make a change?
I don't want to have to pay the price for his mistakes.
How would making a change, how would not paying the price for his mistakes would look like?
forgiving him. But he told me it was an accident, so I want to believe him, and I think that will help me heal the wound. And I think then I'll be in a better space to lose weight once we've closed that loop.
So I didn't understand the second part. You can explain that to me in a second. But the first solution that you have is for forgiving the man who cheated on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens. I mean, he just like, people just fall into another people and they have sex on. So it's like, it's very normal. You should 100% forgive him. Now, the second thing is, you said that, fell into four. Now, the second thing that you said is, this is what I didn't understood. When it comes to your weight, what do you want to do? You want to forgive him first and then change your body? Or you want to change your body now? That's I genuinely didn't hear that.
Well, it would make it easier because I'd be in a better headspace to lose weight because he's the cause of my suffering.
So do you think you need to forgive him first to change your body?
I think that would make it easier.
Okay. Send him a message now on WhatsApp. I can even wait. Tell him I forgive you. I mean, he only cheated with 4 other friends that you have, right? It's not much.
Yeah.
So just forgive him. Like, I'll wait. I can give myself the time for you. Send him a message saying I forgive you, and let's see if it really makes a difference or not.
I blocked him.
Why would you block them if you want to forgive him?
I guess I was angry.
Georgina, do you think there's a possibility that you're trying to avoid the fact that you should just change your body and you're trying to put him in the forgiveness and Mother Teresa, for all I know, as a barrier, as a shield that, well, doesn't allow you to look at the real problem? The real problem we saw it at the beginning of the call. Do you remember it? When you didn't want to tell me the weight that you have?
Yeah.
Don't you think that that is the real problem? The fact that you're afraid of facing the consequences? Afraid of facing the situation and face the consequences, sorry?
You're right.
Let me put it in a more simple way. How much do you weigh right now?
215.
Okay. Imagine that right now you just texted him and you told him that you forgive him. How much would you weigh?
215.
Then what's the fucking difference?
Thank you, Luca. You've really helped me. You've really helped me. You're right. Fuck him.
Keep going underneath there.
Okay. Right, Georgina. So, are you done with your current situation? Or like, fuck it, you want to change it now?
Yeah. I don't want to feel like this anymore.
Okay. Well, from here, I just pre-handle a few stuff and go into the pitch.
No, you cannot do the pitch. You can't do the pitch right now. She's gonna start crying and tell you she wants to think about it. You're not there yet. You're not there. Not even close.
Okay.
There's a prospect that you need to go a lot of layers, and you need to do. There's a prospect you do like push pull, push pull. What did I explain to you guys at the beginning of the call? That basically I was like pulling. That kind of means like being on her side. It's like we're both going together at the problem, But as you can see now, I was pushing. I was like, no, slap, like, see the reality. So it's like, in some process, you got to do a little bit of push-pull, at least on this one. I thought that with the first thing that we did, it would have been enough. Clearly not, because she started rationalizing about so that the forgiveness is like, nah. If you just keep pulling, in this case, she, he, whatever this thing is, we just kept on rationalizing and piling up things. So it's way better to just be very direct. It's like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Don't you realize this is just a big pile of shit? And the only thing that is really going to get you out of the situation that you are is you facing reality? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to face reality? I do. Right. Do you want to face reality today, or do you want to face it in 4 more years? That makes sense? Like kind of the direction on where you guys should be taking this? I'm not even close of the pitch. Look where we are. We haven't even gotten to what happened recently. Like, why did she end up booking this call? Because she's been like this for a whole year and gaining weight for 4 years. So, what happened?
Okay, so you would keep going even deeper into the pain.
100%.
Okay. So, Georgina, just understand, you said that you've been in this situation for the past 2 years. What led you to book this call with me today?
I I found out from a friend 1 week ago that my ex-husband was still cheating with my best friends, and he told me he'd stopped. And I thought that maybe by losing weight, he'd see me as worthy again. So I booked this call because I want him to love me.
I see. So do you think the reason he cheated on you was because he didn't find you attractive anymore because of your weight?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay. Well, just so we're a bit tangible about this, what weight do you think you need to get down to be attractive again, not feel like a blobfish?
150 would be really good. Really, really good.
What's a key thing that you're missing on right now? Key, super important thing that gives us context on whatever this thing's relationship is.
Did he cheat when she was skinny? That's what I'm wondering.
Even simpler than that.
How long ago was this?
No, this was like 4 years. Let me explain.
Was it? Okay.
Georgina, you told me you are with this man. He cheated on you 4 years ago, and now he cheated on you recently again. That's what you found out? So after all this time, you were always with him. You never stopped being with him.
We kind of dated because he told me it was a mistake, so I forgave him.
You don't need to justify yourself to me at all, Georgina. For all I know, you could still be with him if it makes you happy, okay? We're going to talk about how you can actually change your body if you want to, because right now, at this point, Georgina, you need to. Do you realize that? Like, again, we talked about health implications. The fact that you could die. If you're okay with it, by the way, maybe I'm just too concerned about you because you sound very genuine to me. But if you're fine with that, we can just leave it there. It's fine, okay? But right now, whether I could agree or not with the man that you're with, or the fact that you might or not want to forgive him, what do you think is the most important thing? You being angry at him, or the fact that you could die tomorrow from a heart attack?
Die tomorrow.
So, again, I need to understand what are you with that situation, because I completely understand why this happened. And if you really want to stay with him, you could do it, okay? But I want you to understand one thing. Why did all this started in the first place?
Because I didn't want to talk about my weight.
No. All this started because he cheated on you. And then you started making poor life decisions that just keep piling up. Therefore, the more time you're with him, more bad decisions will keep on happening. So, on that aspect, Georgina, I do think you need to make a change. But again, it's not my life. Okay, we can talk about it if you want to. I can give yourself more minutes so we can talk about this, and I will personally do my best to advise you in the best way I can. But right now, Georgina, the most important thing is the fact that you could die. And what are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna make a change today.
Okay. So, as you can see, as all of you realize, this is leading as well. It's leading as fuck. Okay? But why am I giving myself the luxury of it? Well, because she's gonna fucking die. 92 point, it's crazy. She's going to die at this rate. So I can give myself the luxury of telling her, hey, you're gonna fucking die. What are you gonna do? And what do you think that's gonna do? Will it piss her off? Probably. But more than anything, it's gonna build trust. This is one of those little cases where you can be leading and still build trust, because it's genuinely the best for her. And also, I'm showing a lot of compassion and trust on the fact that if she wants, she can talk to me about the fact that Jared cheated on her. It's fine. We can talk about that. All good. Okay. So I'm even showing that I actually give a fuck in that aspect as well. But the situation is so fucked up that this is the moment, like I told you, that you enter on that coach mode. It's like, look, your life is shit. What are you gonna do about it? Do you want to stay like this? Because if so, we can just leave it, but this is the consequence. I need you to see it. What do you want to do? No, I want to change it. I fucking want to change it. All right, then let's change it. I'll explain to you how. I'll see how I can help you. But this is a type of prospect that you're not going to close because you are super detached. It's like, oh, well, I don't really care. Because what the prospect is going to do? Oh, it's going to be, oh, well, I don't really care either. I haven't cared, never. So, this is the type of person who need a leader. I'm a big fan of being detached, but I'm also a big fan of being a leader on the calls. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Again, what am I teaching you guys every 5 fucking minutes? Formlessness. Okay? Be detached. Be a leader. Be leading, not be leading. Change up. That makes sense to all of you?
Yep.
It does.
Okay, how would you proceed with this alternator? We got like 5 more minutes.
I'm not sure if I should keep going even deeper.
Why not? What do you think you should do? Just tell me what's your idea?
Well, the last thing you did was pretty much get her to say, yeah, I want to fix this situation now. So I'm thinking I should do the final tie down and go into the pitch. That's what I'm thinking, at least.
It's not bad. What I would just say is, okay, you want to make that final change. What would that look like, Georgina?
It would look like getting the help that what's the fucking person's name? Pajit. Getting Pajit's help with this coaching and lose some weight, lose lots of weight to feel good in my body, and more importantly to not die and take myself seriously.
Do you think that this situation where you're not taking yourself seriously and you could die is more of a possibility or more of a inevitability?
It's inevitable. I know it.
So from 1 to 10, how serious and committed are you to making this change?
100.
Okay. Why are you so committed now versus before? What changed?
This call, it's made me realize that I haven't been valuing my life. I can't do that anymore.
Why do you want to value your life? Like, why you can't keep doing this anymore?
Because I have family, people who love me, who are worried about me, and I've put them to the side because I've been worried about my ex-husband.
I'm glad that you're seeing this stuff. Who do you put to the side? Family members?
My mom,
How did you put her aside?
well, she asked me, because she can see it, right? She's a mom. She's getting older. She's worried about me. She asked me how I'm going and if I'm okay. And I know she sees it, and it makes me ashamed when I don't answer.
Speeding up the process. I will find out exactly what she's ashamed, pretty much what she said. I will dig a little bit, 1, 2 more questions, then I would say, okay, Georgina, do you want to stay like this another day? No, not a chance. Okay. What, and I will just finish it up by saying, you can even answer this. What would it be worth to you, Georgina, to be back into 150 kilograms and feel happy and confident with your life?
It would mean my life.
Quite literally. So clearly in this conversation that we had, we stopped like 53 times. So this kind of cuts up the flow for us to really interpret it. But if this was a continuous, well, first of all, I would have asked better questions. And second, the degree of severity that this would have would have been so brutal that you finish up the call and what is Georgina gonna fucking say? I need to think about this. I need to talk to my husband about this. The objections will be extremely stupid. There's nothing that's going to happen. So basically with this, I would do the pitch and I would just very integrate her, him, it into the pitch. Like, okay, we will help you because we're giving you a coach that constantly asks you how you are. Do you think that would help you personally? Yeah. Why so? Oh, okay, got it. Next, you're getting a specific diet that has a little bit of luxuries, a little bit of guilty pleasures that you can enjoy so that you don't feel like you're in prison eating. Do you think that would help you? Oh my God, yes, it would. Okay, got it. So that's how you do the pitch. You very integrate, and then you end up transitioning to the pitch, close. I don't think this thing would give me objections, but that kind of makes sense, everyone?
Yep.
It does.
Good. That was such a good role play. That's good. Like the weight of it, the tonality, the compassion, the GPT, the rationalization busting, all of it was fucking gold.
So
George, you're an incredible actor.
that was very interesting. That's you deserve enough. Anyway,
That's good.
final thoughts on this role play and the one that we did with Joel earlier and Jared. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Have you learned something? Was it helpful? I want to hear your input.
Assuming formlessness, it really is the key. I think a lot of it is just confidence. When you have the confidence, you'll assume formlessness naturally, because you know what way to go. So trust your instincts, trust yourself, and go with the flow. That's what it means to be formless. Go with the flow. You have to be so present. It's beyond just the conscious mind. It's the subconscious. It's like, okay, this prospect is doing this, so I'm going to do this. But you don't consciously think that. You just adapt. And I think a lot of it is just confidence.
That's what I do.
You know, sales really is like seducing a woman. It really is. And that's what I'm realizing. So check this out. Perfect analogy. What myself and maybe the other guys have been doing is like, you know, Andrew Tate, no, I'm gonna be a dickhead, I'm gonna be a bad boy, and that's how I'm gonna get the girl. When it's like with a real woman, sometimes that works, and then sometimes you have to be a little nice. Sometimes you pay her a compliment, right? I'm not gonna compliment women. Yo, you look good today, right? Like, it depends. You have to be formless, right? Sometimes you let the girl come, and then sometimes you have to approach the same thing. If you have strict rules, you'll get some women, but you got to play it in a certain way. I'll come up with a better analogy, but that's really how I see it. I'm like, oh, shit. An inexperienced guy thinks you can only get women in one way, but you have to seduce them in different ways depending on how they react. This was great because you use leading questions at the right time.
So, touching on that, because I want to make something very extremely clear, and this is why, clearly, even though I'm biased, I do think my method is the best that exists because it allows you to learn from everyone. Okay, I genuinely believe that very successful people in sales, clearly they're successful and made a lot of money. Jeremy Miner, Josh Lyons, Andy Elliott, whatever the fuck it is, Tony Robbins, you name it, Jordan Belfort, whoever. All of them are super good, but at the same time, you see some things you're like, maybe this is too leading, or maybe this doesn't make sense, or maybe this is like too analytical, or maybe this is too woo-woo. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter because you can always grab something from all of them and use it to your favor. Okay? Sometimes asking would you be against doing it? It's not the best, but maybe in certain cases it would help. Or being super analytical is super challenging. It's like, okay, so you have been in 99 dates and not always. It's very useful to get data, but sometimes other things matter more. Like in some cases, feelings. In some cases, it's numbers. The whole point is that you can learn from everyone, and you create yourself as a little Frankenstein, which is literally what I am, and what I am teaching you guys to be. Different types of Frankensteins that will adapt into the situation so you can learn from everyone because everyone is correct and everyone is wrong. Once you realize that, it's the golden ticket. Once you realize that everyone is correct and everyone is wrong, that's how you win. Because you will succeed no matter what. You are water. Like Bruce Lee says, be like water, my friend. It is the best fucking advice you can get. So yeah, anyways, little yapathan, but I think it's important that all of you understand this. Does it make sense?
W.
Yep.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's like beginners are rigid by nature and masters are flowy by nature. They adapt easily because they master. That's what it literally means to master something. But when you're starting out, you're taking baby steps. You're too rigid. You think black is white. You think do this, do that. But a master's like, I see this, I'm gonna do that. They adapt.
Exactly. Very well put it. Any other feedbacks, takeaways from what we got today?
My takeaway was relevance and confidence. So take what's relevant, focus on that, and then take the answers that you have. And like you always say, it's like you're putting together a castle, and then you just throw it back on them.
Very good. Antonator, Liam, something, or we're good to go?
We're good.
Yeah, I'd just say, now you were very direct as always, and it's just mind-blowing for me every time. And it's the biggest takeaway for me that I need to be more direct and speaking on what you said to me in that loom, just using common sense. The person is rationalizing when she's weighing fucking 215 kilos. Then it's probably time to enter coaching mode and just tell her, like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Yes. Clearly not at the beginning, but there will be a point where you actually have to say, look, what are you doing with your life? All right. It's like they have to face it. And if they're not willing to face it, then you're just like, okay, I guess I cannot help you, because you genuinely cannot help them. It's never about, shout out to Joel, the skydiving analogy. It's like, would you go with the cheap or the, no, it's never about the stupid analogies. It's always about just using common sense. So if Georgina would have gave me an objection saying, I kind of need to think about this. What do you need to think? The fact that you might be needing an amputation in a couple months? That's what you need to think about? It's like, the fuck? What do you have to think? You should run to the bank and get a loan, or even steal the fucking bank, because it's your life and you're about to lose it. So it's just common sense. Do you see how a common sense handling objections, it's way more powerful than trying to memorize a word track? It's like, oh yeah, the skydive. It's like, no one gives a shit about that. So anyways, hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, gentlemen, for another brilliant call with our brilliant actor, Georgina Thomas. I will see you in the next one, in 2 days actually, and peace out.